Why can't you give me the respect that I'm entitled to?
Because I am not one of your fans!
It's a beautiful thing when you're right. And it's an even more beautiful thing when you're proven right in front of all those who doubted you, in front of all those who said, "Oh, are you reading Two Piece? You don't know what you're talking about. Your parents raised you wrong. You're stupid. I hate you." Anyone with a different opinion immediately got harassed. You said anything along the lines of Yamato's not joining and everybody looked at you like you were an idiot. When in fact you were the smartest one in the room. Congratulations to those people. Yamato is confirmed not joining the crew. Hi, I'm Vagabond Kana, and you best believe we're gonna clap ourselves some Yamato fan cheeks today. Oh yes sir, we are. That is mandatory for life. We're still gonna review the chapter, however, and we're gonna do that first. And then we're gonna clap Yamato fan cheeks, because you guys just deserve it. It's happening. Also, make sure you like and subscribe. Just go ahead and just do that right now while you're at it, before we get into the review, you know what I'm saying? Just get it out the way, Moving on with the chapter 1057, finale. This chapter is, it's interesting. It's got some good in it, and it has some very strong bad, I'd say. This is not the ideal, let's just go ahead and just start from the top. Okay, so in the beginning of the chapter, we have Momonosuke, Kinemon, and Yamato. It starts off with, "What? Yamato, you're not gonna join? You're not gonna leave Wano?" And she's like, "No, I'm gonna stay." Okay, so I expected her to stay, right? This is something I predicted months ago, almost a whole year ago. But her reasoning for staying is really, really, really freaking stupid. It is actually not what I expected. I actually expected something better for her character that would be more fulfilling, that would kind of salvage her character, because right now she's just an Oden wannabe and there wasn't much depth to her. She was pretty much a flatline, one-note character, right? Well, Oda decides to go the route of even more flatline and even more one-note by saying, "Oh yeah, I've decided to stay because Oden traveled Wano first, right? He explored Wano first. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna run around Wano and just, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'll set out to sea." And I'm just sitting here like, okay, all right, that's really dumb. And here's the thing, and I'm not gonna stay on this for too long because I want to save this for later. I actually wanted to like Yamato's character by the end of this arc. I really did. I didn't like Yamato for the longest. When I first saw Yamato, when she was first introduced, I was neutral, just like I am to anybody, right? I was neutral to Carrot, just the same thing with Yamato. Only thing that's different is that I grew with Carrot. I actually grew to like Carrot. With Yamato, I grew to dislike her, and I was hoping that her character could be salvaged. This is the nail in the coffin for me. In all honesty, this is, to me, one of the worst characters in One Piece. I mean, what he did here with her, honestly, this is the part where I kind of feel bad for Yamato fans, to be honest. I know I'm gonna talk smack about him and everything, and it's worth it, but my God, this is kind of ugly. I don't know if I can respect this form of writing at this one particular moment. But we'll talk about Yamato later when I start going over the Reddit comments. Anyways, Momonosuke and Kinemon are very upset, understandably so, because Luffy didn't say goodbye to them, right? They're very upset, so they're going towards Luffy, going towards where the ship is at. They're like, they're sitting here like, why would Luffy and everybody else do this to us? Like, what's the deal? What's going on? You're gonna say bye to everybody else but us? So, once they get there, Momonosuke's face. Well, first of all, Kinemon whips his sword out. Kinemon is like, nah, I'm tired of y'all, man. Kinemon, I can tell you. But Momonosuke has like the funniest freaking face. Well, honestly, the scariest face. He has like that grown man scowl right now. He's just like, oh nah, oh man, I'm about to get this dude. And he walks up to Luffy, and he's just like, Luffy, I got a word with you. I gotta say something to you right now. And he just starts crying. It's like, please don't leave me, man. I'm gonna be lonely, man. Come on, man. It's like, please stay with me forever. And it's just, at that point, Luffy's like, oh, okay. He calls Usopp. He calls Usopp. He's like, Usopp, hey, hand it to me. And then Usopp throws him a sheet. And Luffy says, hey, calm down, you know. We were waiting for you guys. We weren't gonna leave. We were waiting for you. We wanted to give you a present. So here is the Straw Hat flag. And this is honestly a powerful moment. I'm gonna give this moment its props, right? This is a powerful moment because everything that Momonosuke and Luffy and the crew have gone through, and Kinemon, not including Yamato, nobody cares about Yamato, but including Kinemon, Luffy gives them a flag and says, if anyone ever wants to mess with you, if they lay a finger on you, let them know that they are picking a fight with us. And I love this because this is like, okay, this is our territory. This is Straw Hat Crew. This is Yonko Luffy's territory, his first confirmed territory ever. People debate Fishman Island, and that's probably part of Luffy's territory, but it's kind of hard to say. At this point in time, I'm not entirely sure. And Luffy's like, Momo, I think of you as a little brother, right? Which is touching. It really is. At that point, later on, he just says, all right, well, Kinemon, Momonosuke, Yamato, if you guys ever want to go out to sea and, you know, be pirates and stuff, I can come pick you up, you know? Just let me know, but no cowards allowed, right? So, you know, it's a little sweet ending there for those guys, I would definitely say. Momonosuke vows to one day surpass Kazuki Oden, and Yamato's like, oh, what, you're gonna surpass me? And Momo's like, no, stop. Like, stop it. He's like angry when he says it, so they leave Yamato as they should, as they should, and then Kid, he antagonizes Luffy and Law and everybody. One thing about Luffy, Law, and Kid and everybody, Law mentions that, hey, we're enemies now, so I might try to go for your lives, alright? So from here on out, we're done. You know what I'm saying? The alliance is over. We meet again, we might fight, right? And Luffy's like, alright, cool. And then freaking Chopper's like, bye, Traffy! And he's like, man, shut up. It's just funny, you know, overall. Because it's like, look, you guys are essentially friends. And Law's trying to be hard, but whatever. But anyways, Kid antagonizes Luffy and Law and their crew because they plan on going the safe route. And Kid plans on just straight up jumping off the waterfall that they came from, right? So he was like, oh, you guys gonna take the safe route. You know, it's fitting for losers like you. And then they just get pissed. Their face is hilarious. And so he's like, Luffy's like, man, Jimmy, give me the wheel, man. It's just, and then Law does the same thing. They all fly off the edge and they just come off in an epic fashion, right? Now we get onto the Hiyori portion. Now this one is definitely weird. So pretty much, the guy, I don't know what they really call him, but the guy who tells the story of the Kazukis and, you know, the family story and whatnot. He's telling the story of how Orochi was defeated and how Hiyori confronted him and Denjiro sliced his head off and everything, right? So after that, it shows that Hiyori says, and let me make sure I'm reading this right, Kurozumis were born to burn. And that's and that's gonna be passed down throughout the rest of history. That Kurozumis are, you know, evil people and that they were born to burn. So this is so essentially what happens here is pretty much the whole Kurozumi stuff, you know, Orochi is the way he is because he was persecuted against. And same thing with Kanjuro. And their solution to fixing that is to keep doing that. I can't do it. The solution to fixing that is to keep it going. They're like, all right, well, now we're just gonna burn them all. It's just, wait, no rights, no anything. It's just genocide. And that's what Hiyori says, and it's just like, okay. I was like, am I reading this right, guys? Please, if I'm missing something, please tell me if I'm reading this right or wrong, because this is just weird. So essentially, you know, Hiyori is, you know, on that level. Okay, I'm gonna say something that's kind of off. I can somewhat understand why she went that route. I'm not saying I condone it. It's definitely terrible. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, she's probably thinking, in order to get rid of the cycle of hatred, is to get rid of the people that hate you and just completely wipe them out. She's basically thinking like Hitler, right? Kind of like Hitler, just take everyone out, right? I understand the mindset. It's jacked up and it's horrible, and honestly, it's hard to sit here and be like, oh, this is a good ending. Happy days. We're going to burn them all. I'm just like, my God, Jesus Christ. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I understand. I have a false understanding. Maybe I have a false understanding. But, you know, this threw me off completely. And I saw a lot of people, it really pissed a lot of people off. And so basically after that, it just ends. And it's like, yay, happy ending for Wano. As we burn the rest of the Kurozumis. And that's how they plan on solving that plot line. So yeah, just take them all out. So that's interesting. So that's the end of Wano. That is the end of not just Act 3, but all of Wano in general. So, cool. See guys, this is why you don't put prostitutes in positions of power. The only positions they should be in are doggy style, missionary, and whatever's in the Kama Sutra. That's it. What Hiyori's doing right now is proof of that, alright? Heed from Hiyori's example and she will show you everything. All they're good for is taking your money and taking your life, and that's it. Do not fall for this. Now, I'm gonna let the comments take care of the Hiyori stuff if I can find any comments that talk about Hiyori. I'm gonna go back to focusing on Yamato.
Y me llama el cocinero. Risita, ¿qué? Ve por la paellera. Venga, que las 2 de la tarde ya están aquí. Miren, bañador. En las chanclas. Todo despeinado porque no me dio tiempo nada ponerme las chanclas y el bañador. Voy a la playa, había subido la marea. Había subido la marea y encontré una paella. Y la encontré porque estaba la paellera agarrada metida entre las piedras de Chipiona del faro. Y cuando entro en el restaurante me ve el cocinero con una paellera y a ver solamente paellera. ¡Asómate, mira dónde llega el agua! Llegaba el agua hasta el restaurante. Había subido la marea. ¡Jesús! ¡Hay que hacer para ahora! Con los 2 sacos de arroz. ¡Ay, llama para Sevilla! ¡Llama a Sevilla que traigo paella! ¡Es tuyo con el bañador! Con la paella! ¡El cocinero! ¡No vea! ¡Para Sevilla! Y al último, que cuando ya salió la bien de regla, estamos llorando los dos. Me cobró el tío la paella. Me cobró a 500 veces la paella. Y ya no fui más. Me fui andando a coger los amarillos hasta hoy. Me mandó por la noche, había bajado más el agua y por la mañana había subido. Cualquiera estaba donde está la paellera, ¿sabes? A lo mejor está en el barco ese del petróleo.
En el Prestige.
En el Petriense. Y ya no trabajé más la cocina. Ya aborrecí la cocina. ¡Ay! 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 Pues no cobré nada, me dieron el dinero del bote.
¿Había mucho dinero en el bote?
Lo que me echaban y el dinero de lo que gané, me cobraron 20 paelleras. A 500 calas, pues viste lo que me llevé yo para Sevilla. Ay, ya aborrecí la playa. Ay, hemos llorado los dos. Ya está, tú, no es para tanto, yo. Así yo no quiero arroz, Jesús, yo no quiero arroz ni en chino, vamos.
So like I said before, I didn't really like her reasoning for staying. There were plenty of reasons. There are some people that say, oh, you have no absolute reason to keep Yamato here. No, there's plenty of reason. People saw like, okay, guardian deity of Wano, the fact that she, you know, hung out more with Momonosuke. The only real reason why people thought that Yamato was gonna join the crew was because she was saying it all the time. She didn't qualify for a Straw Hat. People thought because she was pretty, had titties, and she was strong, that they thought that was Straw Hat material. Clearly, you haven't been watching One Piece enough. I guess. I don't know. But I don't know how people could see something like Guardian Deity of Wano and think, oh, yeah, and don't see any red flags whatsoever. Like, Guardian. What is a Guardian? What does a Guardian do? A Guardian guards. Okay, what is she the guard of? Wano? Oh, guard of Wano. Guardian of Wano. Guardian deity of Wano. She's supposed to guard Wano. That doesn't ring. That's not a red flag to any of you. That means nothing. That means nothing to you guys, really. I swear, guys. And then there are other red flags, like she's hanging out with Momonosuke most of the time. Her strength level. Now, yes, Zoro and Sanji could surpass her. I'm assuming that she's like equal to Zoro, if not stronger than Zoro, right? But she's definitely stronger than Sanji, and she's definitely stronger than Jinbei. You know, there was a lot of red flags. I could sit here and just name a ton right off the bat about everything. And I've already made a whole video on that, so I'm not going to waste your time with this one. But guys, if you're going to ignore this many red flags, I fear for your life. I really do. Because you guys try to get married, I swear you guys will end up being the type of people that will just be like, you see your wife texting some dude named Tyrone, and you're like, huh, that's interesting. She says she wants to gobble his what? Oh my god, that's crazy. But my wife would never do that. My wife is a good person. Then you see her, because like he's your next door neighbor, right? She goes into his house, stays in, you watch her from the window walk into his house. She comes out like 3, maybe 4 hours later, maybe longer, at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And then she comes back, hair messed up and all, gets into the house, jumps right in the shower, doesn't say anything. And you're like, oh, my wife would never do that to me. She's faithful all the way through. Then you have a kid that doesn't have the same eye color as you, doesn't look anything like you, and he's black. And then you're just like, huh, this is my baby. My wife would never do that to me. Boy, you must be out of your mind. Your wife is over there getting thoroughly skeeted in. Anyways, back to the chapter. Yeah, so, yeah, you guys can't really just ignore blatant facts with Yamato. So I saw this coming. It's just the problem with this is the fact, the execution, the end-all execution of it. I was hoping to have some decency with her character, like for her to go, oh, well, Odin, I felt like continuing Odin's legacy instead of following exactly in his footsteps. So I feel like protecting Wano. Basically where Odin left off at. Odin last tried to protect Wano, so I'm going to stay here and protect Wano and help you out, Momonosuke and the Scabbards. I'm going to help all of you guys out, because I'm stronger than all of you anyways. It's true. It's just a fact. And so at that point, it's just, okay, cool. That would be honorable. That would make sense. But instead, her character took a completely different route and went the least honorable way. I really wanted to like Yamato by the end of this. I wanted to. Oda did not allow me to accomplish that feat. I actually dislike her more. She is horrible. She's a horrible character. Oh, she's awful. She's just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna run around Wano real quick and explore that. That's what Odin did first. Now, maybe we could do some coping. I mean, I don't have a reason to cope, but at the same time, we could do some coping and say, okay, maybe secretly she wanted to stay to protect the place, but you know, she saw that Momonosuke wasn't able to protect himself, and that's where I thought the story was going, and it's quite evident that it should have gone there, but I just don't know what happened, right? And I'm just like, okay, you know, it's possible that she was just like, okay, she just didn't want to tell Momonosuke that, oh, this place needs to be protected, and you guys need help. It's almost like she could have been that way, but that's not specified. She didn't have like a thought bubble or anything, or a flashback to where she was conversating with Luffy. Speaking of which, that whole conversation was off screen. Between Yamato and Luffy. And you guys be talking about Carrot. You guys are, oh, she got her fight off screen. And it's like, well, and then people are like, oh, Carrot's not important. Carrot's not important at all because her fight was off screen. And then it was like, okay, well, I believe Yamato is less important, to be honest with you, all right? She's an arc-specific character. That's why she got as much screen time, because if she didn't get screen time, she might as well just be a side-standing fodder, honestly. But hey, whatever, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I did not like Yamato's development throughout this arc at all, in the slightest. Actually, there was no development. What am I talking about? I didn't like Yamato, period. I thought she was a flat, one-note character and vastly disappointing in every sense of the word. And the fandom, I'm gonna be honest, the fandom honestly disappointed me with this one. Because the fandom spent a lot of time saying, Yamato confirmed, every single freaking week. And the only thing they looked at was the fact that she said she wanted to join. Now, I'm just like, okay, we've read One Piece before, right? We have some form of narrative literacy, correct? Right? So we should be able to deduce that there are some red flags with Yamato joining and maybe she will not join. You know, but nobody wanted to think that. It was like, oh, there's a 99% chance she'll join, maybe 100, stuff like that. And it's just like, I'm just like, hey guys, there's too much going against her. There's way too much going against her that people aren't paying attention to. And then when I come out and speak, oh, you're crazy, you're stupid, you make no sense, you're a Carrot stan, which I am a Carrot stan, it is what it is. By the way, Carrot's joining next chapter, and I'm making a whole video on that right after this. Hopefully I can bring it out Sunday, or Saturday, even better, right? If it's Saturday. So, this whole thing with Yamato was, in all honesty, a complete waste of time. And I truly do believe that Oda, I truly do believe that Oda just wanted a red herring, and he wanted to pull a Vivi. And Yamato being the Vivi, and I believe somebody else is going to be the Robin, and that somebody else is definitely going to be Carrot. But, you know, people still want to call me crazy for saying that. It's like, hey, I mean, they're more likely to believe me now, because I guess they noticed that I actually analyzed the story or something. I don't know. I don't know, okay? I'm just saying. But anyways, people still doubt that Carrot will join, and I will make a video on that very, very soon. And it will be very different from my last video. I released a video called Yamato Will Not Join, but Someone Else Will. I'm gonna have different information for this one. But anyways, Yamato is a horrible character. A horrible character, and I think she deserves her own video of how terrible she is. I don't know. I might do that one day, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it immediately, because honestly, I'm getting a little bit tired of talking about Yamato. I'm tired of talking about Yamato, and you know, I'm gonna end it off with Carrot. And I want to talk about some Shank stuff later, so we'll get into that at some point. But right now, this chapter is all right. A lot of people hate this chapter, and I don't blame them. It's kind of like whatever. You know, the Yamato stuff is terrible. The Hiyori stuff doesn't make any sense. It's like, oh yeah, in order to fix the problem that we had before, let's do the exact same thing that we did before. It's like, okay. Well, now at this point, it's just like, okay. But that's the chapter. Let's get on to some Reddit comments. Okay, I thought of something. Wouldn't it be a great idea if I just, you know, started off reading some Yamato stans comments just to see how they feel right now? It'd just be funny, right? So, I had posted this guy's comment because I just felt like it, right? So, he says, I was staunchly for Yamato joining, but after this, even if she does come back, I don't even want her. I guess others were right. Trash character. I'm not interested in any copium about her pulling a Jinbei. I don't give a crap about her showing up in a potential cover story, or her showing up in a hype moment in a future arc, or this being some sort of fake out. If Oda is going to waste my time by having her not join after all the buildup for a cheap, lazy fake out, then I'm not interested in whatever it is he is selling anymore. She turned out to be a complete waste of a character that likely solely existed to sell merch. Oh, true that. And I sadly bought into it. Oh, that's sad. The money is already spent. Nothing I can do about that. But you better believe I'm not spending a single penny on any merchandise with her ever again. If I ever see her in the story again, it will be too soon. And I can't help but feel like Oda pulled her excuse for leaving right out of his backside, evidenced by the fact that her conversation with Luffy apparently happened freaking off screen, which tells me that Oda couldn't come up with a compelling reason for her not to join, and just hoping this short throwaway conversation with Momo would suffice. Wanting to explore Wano is such a BS excuse, not only because it has been a desolate freaking wasteland for over the for the past 20 years with nothing left to explore, but also she had a whole freaking week after Kaido's defeat to do so. Not to mention, as someone who apparently treated Odin's logbook as her Bible for 20 years, not once did she ever mention wanting to explore Wano first like Odin did. Every other word out of her mouth was about leaving and getting to see the world and joining Luffy. A last minute 180 of the character just to be able to say, gotcha. This feels like a lazy writer who just wants to get the story over with and dropping whatever plot points he can to get to the finish line the quickest. When I heard that he wanted to coincide Wano's end with Film Red, I instantly felt like he's about to get ready to mail it in towards the end. And with Shanks inexplicably showing up and leaving just as quickly, that point couldn't be made more obvious. This story is starting to feel like a bloated mess that wants to be put out of its misery, and not a passion project with thought and effort put into it. And considering how he ended Wano, I have zero hopes about how this story is going to end, and fully expect him to crap the bed like most manga could do towards the end. Call it malding, seething, or whatever stupid internet word, I'm out. This guy, he definitely went in. He went in. He is fed up. Oh my god. Let's look at the comments that he got from that. He wasted his money on Yama Trash merch. He did waste his money. He wasted his money on merch. He did say it. He was like, man, I spent all this money. Oh my god. See, this is what happens when you simp too hard. Because I've actually seen that guy's comments around a lot. And he's been like, oh yeah, Yamato's joining. He was like, Guardian deity of Wano argument down in the dumps. And all of a sudden he just gets screwed. He gets his cheeks thoroughly clapped. Oda says, nope, you get clapped, boy. I don't care about you. Oh, Lord. Oh, Moses. Oh, Jesus. Okay, this one comment says, I can't wait to see that stupid video of Ohara that... Yamato sent from day one, fixed perfectly to the crew. Yes, suck my... Hey, this is his comment. This is not me. This is not my thoughts. I'm just reading comments, okay? I'm gonna have to block his name out. I'm honest. I was eager to read those comments, but now I don't feel satisfaction. But I'm truly sad for those poor souls. They were betrayed badly, and I can feel their despair. It's really sad to read something like this. He was once a true One Piece fan who could lose himself into the story from week to week, but now his trust is destroyed. And this reminds me of my biggest fear. What if One Piece ends like Game of Thrones? Once I was not ready for the story to end, now I'm anxious if the story ends like this. This is nightmare material. Well, only time will tell. Only time will tell. Wano was on the disappointing side for sure. Most definitely. It's not top 10. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just not. For me, at least. Okay, this one comment says, honestly, I never wanted Yamato to join because it just doesn't seem fitting or right. She doesn't seem Straw Hat worthy, and I stand by that, and I'm more glad about this. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, it's like, I'm the same way. It's just like, yeah, I mean, she was never really, Straw Hat worthy, and there was clear evidence that she was not going to join. It's just, the guy who bought all this Yamato merch, he just, it's like when you simp too hard, you end up messing up, man. You really do. And that's on him at the end of the day. Okay, this one guy had made a post on Pirate Folk. He said, Hiyori was a useless character. He said, what did she, as a high-class hooker, do? She didn't do crap to Oro at all and was a walking plot device. No one even said bye to her before they left Wano. There's a comment down here that says, thank you for becoming a prostitute for our sake. Hiyori, what a hooker you are. honestly, I mean, it is a good question though. Like, what did she really do? I mean, like, what did she do? Okay, she gave Oral a oh my god, I'm still thinking hooker terms. She gave Zoro a power-up. She healed the 9 red jobbers who are useless themselves. Oh my god. She did do that. I gotta give it to him. Okay, now this one's a poll. So it says here, with Yamato staying, how likely is it that Carrot is stowing away now? Personally, I voted definitely happening 100% chance. Because I'm just that confident in Yamato joining. Of course, 60% chance ends up kind of winning. Because it's like, it's the closest thing to middle ground. So it's like, maybe. It's basically people's way of saying maybe. There's no 50% chance, so they went with 60 or 40, right? But, yeah. Leaning more towards 60, I guess. So, really, at the end of the day, though, I really think that Carrot's joining for sure. This is definitely happening. Next chapter specifically. I mean specifically next chapter, not the chapter afterwards. I mean, it could be the chapter afterwards, but it's gotta be specifically next chapter. And I got good reasons for it. I've got good reasons for it. I'm telling you, man, she is pulling a Robin. Heck, she's pulling a Carrot because she already did it, really. But I'm telling you, man, Yamato is the Vivi and Carrot is the Robin. It's happening, dude. It's happening, and I'm ready for it. Okay, let's read some comments from the main sub now. This comment says, Wano is an S-tier arc. So many great characters were introduced, but this cumulative chapter is outright awful. Probably the worst chapter in years. Definitely the worst chapter to close out an arc. I can't overlook these drop plot threads, the rush battles, I can sort of gloss over. But leaving Yamato behind is absolutely freaking stupid with how much hype Oda garnered for the character over these last few years. Well, I mean, yeah, okay, here's the thing. First of all, no, Wano is not an S-tier arc. I thoroughly disagree with that. I mean, that's your opinion. It is what it is, but no. But at the same time, I do agree that this chapter is not really good. But I'm not going to sit here and complain about the whole Yamato staying behind thing being stupid. Her reason for staying behind was stupid. Maybe she had like a hidden reason why she was staying behind, like she wanted to actually guard, but she didn't want to tell Momonosuke that. Maybe, it's possible. But at the same time, no, I really do think it makes a lot of sense for her to stay. It makes too much sense for her to stay, actually. I don't know. I don't know why people don't get it. But if Oda had actually explained it, people would get it, you know? But he went with the whole, because I'm Odin. Odin had actually traveled across all of Wano before he left. So let me travel across Wano first, and then I'll leave. That was the explanation, and that's a stupid explanation. You had a legitimate reason. You had legitimate reasons, but you didn't take it. It's dumb. It's so stupid. Oh my goodness. The comment replying to this guy says, I think this is how people felt when Vivi was expected to join. I wasn't reading One Piece weekly back then, so I never theorized about her joining. Also, she wasn't that strong. But having a character be in the story for over a year just to stay, having a character be in the story for over a year just to stay, especially when she was supposed to join, just feels like we got robbed. And the comment that replied to that was, Vivi had established reasons to stay behind, and it was a whole emotional journey to her making that decision. Yamato changed her mind off screen, and her reasoning is nonsensical. This is so much worse. Yeah, okay, so it sucks that I agree with this, but Yamato's reasons were flippin' stupid. Her reason was dumb. But there were actual good reasons for her to stay. And there was foreshadowing for that too. But, you know. But yeah, this was definitely rushed. This was off screen. This was horrible. And it sucks because even the people who expected Yamato to not join are sitting here going, okay, I expected this, but you jacked her character up even more by giving her a stupid reason to stay. Like, there should have been a good reason. There were good reasons. You just didn't want to explain that because rushing, I guess. I don't understand. I really don't. It's so stupid. But, it's so stupid. It's actually awful. Oda's tripping right now. He's tripping hard, real hard. Well, anyways, that's enough for comments. This video has reached about 30 minutes now, so let's just go ahead and end it right here. Guys, If you enjoyed this video, please like, please subscribe. I will definitely come back with another video in a few days. Tune in for that one. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be short and sweet, not too long, but it's definitely gonna be worth your time. So please, by all means, like, subscribe, share, and I'll check you guys later. Vagabond gone.